Autobots, roll out!
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generation 2 Optimus Prime, and I love this toy. I finally got my hands on one of these guys. I've been wanting to get one for quite a while. I finally got an opportunity to pick one up. I found this one for a very good price, mostly complete. He's only really missing like the little gas pump and the hose for Roller. Other than that, he's complete, and I'm really enjoying having this guy. Originally released in 1992, he retailed for approximately $30, and for the most part, he is a repaint of the original Generation 1 Optimus Prime. As you can see here, the cab is still approximately 5 inches long and about 2.5 inches tall, and the trailer is about 9 inches long, about 4 inches tall. Now there are some add-ons that is going to make the cab a little long, not the cab, the trailer rather, a little longer, but it's going to still be the whole toy in general here, as you see it right now. It's going to be about 12 inches long. Now, as you can see, Prime looks pretty much the exact same way he did in Generation 1, with the exception that his trailer is now black, and because it's the 90s, we just threw away the whole robots in disguise premise, and now we got Optimus Prime's name real big right here on the side of the trailer, along with the Autobot symbol. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot difference between this guy and the original other than the paint. And gone is the rub symbol that we're used to seeing on the top of the truck. That's about it. Now, there is a little add-on for the trailer here, so we'll bring those in. He brought this this box right here. It's got the big Autobot logo on the front there, and it just kind of looks like a box with some buttons and lights on the top. So this can mount to the front of the trailer right here. You can see there's a little clip right there, and then you got the little hole that you're used to seeing on the front of the trailer, and there's also going to be a slot down here on the bottom to make room for the little launch button for Roller. So that guy's going to plug in right there, and then you'll be able to mount that on. And I really like the look of this. It's got this big refrigeration unit now. It's mounted to the front of the trailer. If you've ever worked or been behind like a grocery store or anything like that, you've probably seen the big tractor trailers back there with the big refrigeration units mounted to the trailer. And I like that a lot. I think it beefs up the look of the trailer quite a bit. Now, there are some lights and sounds. So you've got 3 buttons up here, and one of these is speech. That sounds nothing like Peter Cullen. Another one is like a laser sounding sound, and then another one is just the truck engine idle sound. I'm not sure which is which. We'll see if we can find out. Let's see. Well, obviously that's the speech. All right, the middle one is the laser, so this one's got to be. There you go. And you can see there's 2 LEDs blinking on the top right here. You can see those right there. So that's about it for lights and sounds, but it's pretty cool. I think it's cool that they added that in there, considering the time that this is coming from, in the 90s. There's a lot of cheesiness and everything. I think it's pretty cool that they added that in there, and I love that Autobot symbol right there on the front of the refrigeration unit. I just really love that. I love the way just the change that gives to that trailer. It just gives it a very realistic, beefed up look, and I really enjoy it. Apart from all his other accessories that came with the original release of Optimus Prime, this guy also came with 2 new guns. Here they are right here. And these guys are launcher, so you got a little button on the back right there, and you can just press on that, and you can blow up somebody's face with those. And as you heard, I mean, as these things are over 20 years old now, and you heard that just now, they're still pretty powerful. Little spring-loaded weapons right there. So you can see on the sides of the refrigeration unit, there's some mounts right there, so you can take these guys and mount them to the side. Now, I know that I'm usually not a big fan of mounting weapons to the vehicle modes, but this kind of takes me back to kind of like Power Master Optimus Prime, where he kind of has a battle mode right there. So I dig it. You know, I can accept that with this guy. For some reason, it just works for me. Just having this beefed up trailer with the guns mounted on it like a battle mode. So I dig it. It works for me. Now, real quick for comparison, here is one of the reissues of Optimus Prime for a G1, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get both of these guys in the shot. We'll see. There you go. Sort of, kind of. it's limited space that we're working here with, guys. So there you go. There you can see them side by side. So you can see this, again, it's pretty much the same toy. The colors are a little different. This was the second release of the G1 reissues, so it's got a little lighter paint. If you saw my video on these guys, you remember that the second one had a little bit of a more pink look to the paint rather than red. But there you go. This guy looks more like the original one, where he was like a real dark, deep red, and I like that color better. But there you go. Again, the cabs are the same, and the trailers are pretty much the same. The only thing that changed was the paint and the added new accessories. That's about it. So, real quick, before we get into the transformation, and once again, you can take the outriggers here and just fold these all the way to the front, and these guys are just going to snap in place to help hold the trailer up, just like so. And if we look on the back of Prime's hitch right here, you can see that Autobot logo, and that's definitely the Generation 2 Autobot logo right there. So there you go. That's how you recognize that. If you're out there, out and about, hunting for an original Optimus Prime, and you're not sure if you're getting a G1 or a G2, personally, I don't think it matters that much. Because they are, again, pretty much the same exact mold. But if it's something that matters to you when you're out there looking, now you know, look for the rub symbol. Generation 2 does not have a rub symbol, and you're going to have that logo right there on the back of the light. So, transformation is going to be the exact same as it always was for G1 Optimus Prime. Stretch those out for the legs, bring the sides out for the arms, bring these to the side, flip the head forward, and let's get the fist out of there. And pop those guys in. And there's pretty much Prime in his robot mode. Again, looking pretty much the same way he always has. There you go. And now, a cool thing that you can do with this is he's got his... I'm going to go ahead and open the trailer. And again, the trailer is pretty much the same thing that we have seen in the past. There is one thing of note. So I'm going to go ahead and show that off before I get into this guy. So there you go. It's the same trailer base that we've always had. You can still, he's got a G1 style weapon right here that you can store in the back of the trailer. There you go. So you can give him that if you want. We'll go ahead and give him that for the moment, so you can see what he looks like with that. And then here on Roller, this took me a minute to figure out. I had to really do some research on this. So when I was playing with the launch mechanism here, he still has that launching mechanism, so you push this back until it clicks, and then you press on this tab back here to launch. And as you can see, it only moves about an inch, where with the original, it slid all the way forward to the front of this track right here. So I was looking around doing some research. I thought maybe there was something wrong with mine, and maybe I was going to have to open it up and go in there and I don't know, loosen something up, maybe something was stuck or something. No, as it turns out, that's the way it's meant to be. They actually shortened the length of travel on that launcher, but it still manages to shoot out Roller quite powerfully, and he still rolls very well. So that's a change from the original mold, and something that I wanted to let you guys know about, because I thought there was something wrong with mine when I first got it. So there's that. But yeah, sure enough, it still works. It works just fine. As you can see, it works perfectly fine. So that's something of note. And then also, you still have the missiles up here on the repair drone. They are the short missiles, and this time around they're all black. They're not going to be blue or purple, and they're not going to be gray. However, the spring mechanism has been removed, so you can press on these guys back and forth all day long, and they are not going to shoot. Now, that's an easy fix. If you find like an OG1 junker, then you can probably open it up and salvage the springs out of there and pop them into this guy if you want to do so. I'm probably going to go out and look for something like that and maybe give it a shot myself. But so that's of note, because again, at first I thought maybe there was something wrong with mine because they weren't shooting, and as it turns out, no, it was meant to be that way. So there you go. That's pretty much the only thing of note right here on the trailer. Other than that, and the paint, as you can see, it's pretty much the exact same. Even the stickers are the same as it was on the original G1 offering for Optimus Prime. Now, coming back to the robot and the refrigeration unit here. So we're going to go ahead and take off his G1 style weapon. And I'm just going to put that in the trailer real quick and set that aside. And so we can give Optimus these launchers here, and they work very well. I think they look pretty cool. They're still kind of G1-y looking. They work for Optimus Prime. They work for me. I like them. I dig them. And again, it's pretty cool because you can still fire. You can fire weapons now and blow someone's face off. So I dig it. And then also you can give. Oh, by the way, he comes with these missiles. He comes with 4 of these, and then the missiles for the repair drone on the trailer. He comes with 4 of those as well. So, and as you saw, I don't have the little gas pump and nozzle or hose for roller, which is a real shame because I actually had an extra set from a parts lot that I bought some years ago, and I had a complete nozzle, pump, and hose set, and I ended up selling it because it was extras. I didn't need it, and somebody online said, "Hey, I need parts I'm looking for decent parts," and I had them, so I just sent them to him. And now I don't have a set. I never imagined I was going to need a set, so there you go. But anyway, so here's Prime with the new guns, which I dig. And then also, now this, I remember, I don't know if my memory is just muddled or what, but for some reason, I remember seeing a G2 commercial for Optimus Prime when I was in the Army, where they had this mounted to his backpack. It's kind of like a weapons pack or something like that. And it's not in the instructions. And it's not in any official source anywhere that this is supposed to mount to his back. But for some reason, I seem to, at least in my mind, I remember having seen that in a commercial somewhere. So maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Maybe I saw somebody do a review. I don't know where I get the idea that this is supposed to mount on his back, because realistically, it doesn't seem to be able to. You've got these 2 clips right here, and you've got the slot on the back of Prime's back right there, so you can kind of hook it to that. It's not going to like clip onto anything and latch on securely, so but you can kind of do that, and it makes him extremely back heavy. Now, granted, this guy's a little older and his joints are a little looser. When I put him on my G1 reissue, it holds just fine, but you could do that, or also I've seen where people or I don't know if I've seen people do it or not. Again, I really just don't know where I'm getting this from. Where they bring it up to the top and kind of clip it in under that panel for his head. Which, if you bring this lip right here, that was the lip for the launch button on the trailer. If you bring that and sit that here, and then you can bring this clip right here under his head. And I don't know that I want to recommend to do that either, because it does seem to put a bit of unnecessary pressure on that head panel. And now that I'm trying to do it behind the camera, I can't seem to get it working. So let me see if I can just look over the camera real quick. If I get out of focus here, just bear with me. So it almost kind of seems like you could do that, but it also looks like you're putting a little bit of unwanted pressure on that head panel. So I don't know that I want to recommend doing that, but I seem to remember having seen Prime with that pack on his back, and then take his guns right here. And this is really going to make him back heavy. It's going to be almost impossible to stand up. And again, with this guy anyway, it's impossible for him to stand up this way. But with my G1 reissue, he's got a little bit tighter joints. So I've actually managed to get him to stand up that way with the G1 version. So I've seen it both ways. I seem to remember anyway, seeing it like this, where he's got like this cannon pack on his back. And now you can make him talk, and you can shoot guns off that way, or you can try clipping it up here as well. And you can see me holding it, because he's really just not, he's not holding up. If I let him go, he's going to fall backwards. So I'll put him back here up against the wall so he doesn't fall off. So there you go. There's Prime with the backpack, and the cannon's mounted to his pack there. And it's a shame that it doesn't seem to be officially supposed to be to do this, because I think that looks awesome. I really dig that a lot. I love the idea of Prime, this refrigeration unit going on its back as a bit of you can pretend this is a jet pack or a gun pack or whatever you want to pretend this to be, and just have this mounted on his back with cannons on it, and then you've got your lights and sounds, you got your shots there, and yeah, I can do a better Peter Cullen than that. So, but and then it works down here too. If you just kind of sit it there on that clip, I think actually this looks a little better this way, because then he doesn't have so much backpack sticking out. And again, leaning up against the wall, because he's just not going to stand there. But I really, really dig that. I think that looks awesome. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and give him this other gun as well, and just load him up with weapons, and now he is all ready to blow up your face. Let's bring him in close, since I'm up against the wall. Let's bring it in close and let's take a look at that. That's awesome. I love the look of that. Now, for comparison, here he is next to, again, a commemorative series Prime. And this is the first commemorative series Prime. So this one you're going to notice is a little darker than the one that I was showing off in vehicle mode. So we'll just get him standing right there. And there you go. And I'll just bring this in real quick so you can see the difference in color. See how this one looks a little lighter than this guy did. And it really showed when they were in vehicle mode. But here it's not showing off so much in robot mode. But you can see this guy. It's a little lighter than these guys, where these two look a lot closer in the paint. So, yeah, that's the first commemorative series, Optimus Prime, that was released here in America back in like 2002 or so. So that's who this guy is. And the colors match a lot better. You can see the reds are almost identical. The blues, now his legs, the G1 commemorative series here, the G1's a little darker than the G2's legs. And the fists as well, but other than that, the paints are a lot closer. But that's what they look like side by side. Again, this is pretty much the exact same toy. Generation 2 just added, they repainted some stuff and they added some cool new accessories, and I really dig it. I love that backpack. I love those guns. I think they really, really work well. So we'll just set this guy aside and bring him center. And we'll take one last look at this guy right here as we go on our way out. Let's bring the trailer in also. There you go. Let's look at the whole thing right there. So I think with that, we're pretty much done. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Like I mentioned in the... I kind of skipped over a lot of stuff because I've done G1 Optimus Prime already. But real quick, robot mode stunts about 6.5 inches tall. The articulation is all going to be the same, pretty much just the shoulders and the elbows. Other than that, I think that pretty much is going to cover Transformers Generation 2 Optimus Prime. I've been looking at this guy for a while. I haven't really found him anywhere where he was readily available. I happened upon this one, and I was all too happy to just jump all over it and get it right away. I'm really, really happy to finally add this guy to my collection. So, I think with that, we're pretty much done with Transformers Generation 2 Optimus Prime. What did you think of this figure, and what would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.